So I wanted to come at you with a video today that's a little bit more on the real side, and not that everything else is fake or artificial or doesn't have any value. I just wanted to talk about a subject that not a lot of people talk about, and I think that it's so interesting that people don't. But I want to talk about vulnerability. I want to talk about when you're going through this deep dark side, maybe you're feeling a little bit lost in your journey. And I know that this happens to pretty much everybody, right? Whether you own a business, you're a mom, you're a stay-at-home mom or dad, or you work with somebody, you work for somebody. It really doesn't matter what walk of life or career or occupation you have. I think at some point, everybody starts to feel lost. They feel like they're losing their bearings. They're feeling stressed. They're feeling depressed. They're feeling anxious. They're feeling unworthy. They're feeling like they're not capable. They're second guessing and questioning their own ability and whether they're cut out for something or not. And, I think as humans, we go through this spiral of just questioning ourselves, and we get super lost, and we really don't know how to find ourselves, to basically see our way out of it. And I don't see a whole lot of people talking about that. And I know that version of myself very, very well. I have found myself in that situation pretty much year after year. That is a phase that I don't think I will ever get over or not go through and not experience. I think that the only difference is that with time and experience, you just learn to deal with it and handle it differently, rather than going into the deep dark hole, rather than going into the full state of depression. You find different ways to cope. You find different ways to navigate yourself through those situations and those feelings and those emotions. But, entrepreneurship, even if you work for somebody, you're a mom, whatever it is, it gets really challenging. And I think a lot of people, number one, don't give themselves enough credit. And I am so guilty of this. I always feel like I could be doing more, or it could be better. It's not. I don't necessarily feel like it's not good enough at all, but I'm always looking to polish in whatever area that I can polish. But if you are going through this, almost like this spiral of feeling lost, it's really important to take a step back and first and foremost understand that you're not crazy, you're not losing your mind, that this is totally normal. And it happens even to the highest performing people on the planet. The Grant Cardones, right? The Andy Frisellas, the Sean Whalens, the Bren Browns, the who else is out there that is just super high performance person, right? The Tim Grovers of the world. Whoever you look up to, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Shaq, right? All of these high performance people still have deep, dark thoughts. They feel like they're not good enough, that they're not doing enough. And there is nothing wrong with you if you feel that way. Now, here is the difference in that, is that those people operating at those levels, high performance levels in their careers and their family lives and things like that, they have figured out a way to deal with all of those thoughts, right? Some people don't make it out alive, but the ones who do have figured out a way to navigate their way through it and understand first and foremost that those feelings will come and they will go. It doesn't mean you quit. It doesn't mean you're broken. It doesn't mean that you're not worthy, you're not good enough, you're not qualified, right? All of these things that we tell ourselves, that's not the case. And they understand that that's not the case. So now you have to understand too that you're not broken, that there's nothing wrong with you, that you don't need the medication, you don't need the anxiety medication and the depressive medications and a pill and all of these different things, or a 10-day vacation where maybe you do need that, but sometimes that doesn't even solve the problem because you come back and you're just depressed again. So I want you guys to understand that this is normal, but you have to figure out how to cope and how to get out of it so that you can go on and be productive, right? So when I go through these states of just anxiety, overwhelm, I'm not feeling qualified, I'm not feeling good enough, I'm not feeling smart enough, I'm getting my ass kicked, I'm getting punched in the face over and over and over again, I just hang on a second, right? And there is nothing wrong with hitting the pause button, taking a step back to regroup and get yourself right, because you can't deliver to anybody else unless you are 100%. You cannot deliver 100% to your kids, your spouse, your business, your job, whatever you're responsible for. You cannot give 100% when you are not good. So I want to let people know that through, social media and Instagram, and you see all the videos and you see all the posts and people winning and people are excited and their life is just a million times better than yours, right? Because that is the way that they market themselves. I want you to understand that 99% of it is a crock of shit, and a lot of people are dealing with a lot of shit that we don't see. So then the rest of us start to feel like there's something wrong with us. So when you have that great idea, or you have this fire burning inside of you, that you know you can be more, you know you can do more, you know you're capable of more, and you have this big dream and these big thoughts and these big ideas, but the darkness comes in, I want you to take a step back and understand that that's normal to have those thoughts. It's normal to second guess yourself. It's normal to think you're not qualified, right? The brain really starts to play tricks on you. But take a step back and acknowledge it and sit with that moment. Sit with the darkness, sit with your thoughts, but pull yourself out of it. Start putting those thoughts to paper. Go for a walk. Figure out what's going to get you through those dark moments. Here's the other key in that. You never stop moving forward. A lot of people freeze when these thoughts and these feelings start to set in, right? Because that's inevitable. They're going to come. But what a lot of people do is they get paralyzed. They freeze. Their brain is just so overloaded and just basically bursting at the seams, right? You need to chill, and you need to find a way to get yourself back on track, get yourself in a good frame of mind, and keep moving forward. Because I'm going to tell you now, you are qualified, you are good enough, you are smart enough, you have all the resources that you need. You don't need approval or authorization or consent from anybody or anything. You are able to move the needle forward just based on who you are. The number one thing is just being yourself. Being your true, real, authentic self. Don't try to be anybody else. They have already been created. They are already a version. You have to be you. Be yourself. Do it your way. Be authentic. Be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. You're going to get your ass kicked. You're going to get criticism. And those deep, dark thoughts are going to set in. And that's okay. You keep moving yourself forward. Figure out a way to cope with those feelings and sit with those feelings and process those feelings. But still find a way to move forward. And that is how high performance people get to high performance places, is that they are simply able to move the needle forward, process thoughts that are negative thoughts, and still know that they're deserving and worthy and capable enough to keep going.